Hello everyone, this is going to be the last prologue before we unlock Julius's at the clock tower, which you have to play certain routes to do that. Eventually I will get around to them, but I believe it's Bloods and he's not my favorite. So, here we go.
Presented by Quinrose.
So we're going to do Heart Castle. Yes, I will move there. After walking at a steady pace for quite some time, I arrived in front of what looked like a large castle. Amazing, she trailed off. It looks like a castle, ... No, it really is a castle. It doesn't just look like one, it's a genuine castle. I am completely amazed. If this is really my dream, this means my mind is a world affected by my sister's psychological studies. A world inside my mind, ... to think there's still such a childish part of me. Wow, she trailed off. I looked at the castle with my face flushed. My reaction would confuse anyone who happens to look at me. Actually, I would be less embarrassed if I had seen an adult dream. Regardless of gender, having such dreams are normal at my age. At least it is according to my health class. It's the age of curiosity and inquisitiveness, after all. And had it been that case, I would have been able to come to terms with the situation with a bittersweet feeling. Rather, a dream like this is more problematic. I feel like someone whose childhood doodles are being displayed to people. Ugh, I don't want to look. It's embarrassing. So I really do like fairy tales, ... And I also actually like this frilly dress, she trailed off. ... Oh no. The color suddenly left my previously red face. This girly dress isn't my own preference, at least that's what I had always thought. This was my sister's taste, not mine. This style actually isn't weird at all for a privileged girl of my age, but I find it far too frilly for my tastes. I prefer a much simpler, practical way of dress. My sister seems quite pleased to see me dress this way, but I just feel more and more hesitant about it as I grow older. It isn't a matter of only whether or not it suits me, but also of my preferences. Considering how my sister praises me, I don't think I look totally odd wearing them or anything, but in actuality, this isn't what I like. But if I'm dreaming about castles, maybe this is a good chance to redo my self-assessment. After all, I'm still wearing the dress I believe to be not my taste, even inside this dream. ... What should I do if inside the castle there's a blonde-haired prince with beautiful blue eyes waiting for me? Ah yes, he'd be riding a white horse. Well, that's an irritating thought. Go fall off your horse, moron. A prince on a white horse. I wanted to believe I wasn't that far gone. If this fanciful dream really is from my imagination, my self-image will be crumbled like a house of cards. Despite finding this situation disconcerting, I decided to have a challenging mindset, and so I started to head towards the castle. This is actually groundbreaking for me because I usually tend to find effort to be quite troublesome. From what I can see, the castle is still very far away. Even from such a distant view, it's already obvious. This walk will take a ridiculous amount of time. There's a huge garden on the way to the castle in addition to a hill. Considering how the climb down the clock tower alone almost killed me, this walk is just too much, even for a challenging mindset. She's like, I'll ditch. I was too reckless, she thinks. The castle is just too far away, and I feel like I'm walking and walking, but I just don't get any closer. Upon closer inspection, I may have made a bit of distance. However, if I had, it's extremely minuscule. To begin with, this garden is huge, and as expected from something I'd dreamed, things are tough. Climbing down the tower, this never-ending walk, this is definitely a world that encourages exercise. Maybe this is my body warning me that I haven't been getting enough of a workout lately. Question mark? He's like, huh? She has no reply. She's like, oh my gosh. Peter, you are here. This is a dream. Even so, there is no way I can forgive this guy. Yes, I want to beat him to death, even more than a prince riding on a white horse. If this were an adult dream, he would be the only guy I would reject.
なんだ、もう我慢できなくなったんですか?
Peter is smiling widely in my direction. He doesn't seem to care about my cold stare. And just what do you mean by that exactly? Question mark.
僕と離れがたいのなら、最初からそう言ってくれればいいのに。やっぱり僕のことが必要なんでしょう。もうちょっと素直になってくれれば僕だって。
What's that noise? She wonders. This guy is incredibly intolerable. She hit him. Go, Alice. She's like, question mark. His response is different from the last time I hit him. His delusional self. She's like, what? Did I hit you in a bad place? Question mark. Creepy. ...
わかっていますよ。
Creepy. Understand what? Question mark.
僕の理解が足りなかったということです。これがあなたの愛情表現なんですよね。
His creepy self. She's like, no reply. Huh? Question mark.
勤勉な僕といえども、外界の知識には疎い。バッチリ勉強し直しておきました。知識不足ゆえ、あなたの歪んだ愛情表現を受け止めきれなかったとは、僕の不徳の致すところです。
She has no reply to this delusional action. She's like, you should go see the doctor right away, and you better be hospitalized there forever while you're at it! Exclamation mark.
愛情表現にもいろんな形がある。あなたはちょっとばかりアブノーマル思考なテレ屋さんなんですよね。
This guy is delusional, yes. She's like, ... A very shy girl? Don't say something so horrifying. An icy chill runs down my spine. I'm beginning to doubt my own sensibilities. Please don't say anything that encourages my self-doubt. There's no way I can associate a horrifying word like shy with myself. And just what do you mean by abnormal? Question mark. I'm very normal. Don't put me in the same league as a pervert like you. I already know that he won't be fazed by my glares, but is it possible to not scowl around this type of guy? Even if I know it's useless, I'm still glaring at him. As expected, Peter doesn't respond. It's like everything I do or say is useless.
僕は真面目なウサギです。 真面目すぎて、そっち方面での愛情を理解しきれなかった。
She's like that type. Which type are you referring to?
S か M かで言うと、S だという方面で。
She's like, Peter smiles, and as usual, he has something on his mind. His smile isn't a happy or a normal one, but more of a crazed smirk or a smug grin. Did he just say S and N? But I'm not either, am I? This topic, along with the blatant use of those acronyms, brought me close to fainting.
でも、一つ問題が持ち上がっているんですよね。それも、かなり重大な問題が。
She's like, I'd say there is more than one problem here, and trailed off. Why do I even try? Question mark.
残念なことに、S か M かで言うと、僕も S の方面なんです。困りましたね。これじゃ成立しない。
This crazy delusional guy. She's like, we don't need to be balanced. Just what were you thinking, you pervert? Exclamation mark question.
何って、言わせる気ですか？そういう思考ですもんね。
He's so crazy.
属性が同じっていうのもなんだか楽しいですね。僕って案外とそっち方面でもいけるかも。
You're welcome to do anything you like by yourself. ... Don't get your face so close to me. Move out of the way! Exclamation mark. I'm going to the castle, she told him. I don't actually want to go to the castle that much. I'm thinking I'll probably give up on the way at some point. But for now, I really need a way to escape.
だから僕に会いに来てくれたんでしょ？
No? She didn't even know you were
城なら
there.
僕の領土です。滞在してくれてもいいし、そうだ、僕の部屋で暮らしましょう。
No!
お城で僕とずっと一緒に暮らすんです。あなたはどこにも行かなければいいんです。
No.
僕もどこにも行きませんから。
Oh my gosh, no.
ね、いい案だと思いません？
No, thank you. Peter's face is close. There's no questioning his beauty. His word choices make him sound very much like a dangerous stalker or a pervert, but if a fairy tale filter is used, his words become very sweet. In a delusional sense, maybe? Don't tell me, ...
はい。
She's like, don't tell me that you're some kind of ... prince or something, question mark.
王子様。いいえ、権力はありますけど、僕は王子などではなくて。
She's like, oh, that's too bad. It's a shame you're not. After a pause, she wanted to shove him off the horse.
なんです？王子なんかが好みなんですか？
That's because I wanted to knock one off his horse. She just outright said it, savage. He's so confused. She's like, oh, forget it. It's got nothing to do with you. I feel satisfied looking at his confused face. Ever since I began to have this dream, I've only been encountering things that confuse me. He has no reply.
王子様なんてものがお好みとはね。女の子らしいことだ。
Oh my gosh, you're such a jerk. His words seemed gentle enough, but his voice was cold and distant. He spoke almost condescendingly. I don't mean that I like princes. I protest just in case, but I didn't expect him to actually pay attention. As expected, Peter isn't listening to a word that I say. No, that's not it. He hears me. He just isn't always interested in the truth. His big ears only hear whatever he finds convenient.
でも、いいですよ。あなたのためなら、僕は女王も裏切ります。
Whoa, out of left field.
ああ、でもそうしたら、王になってしまいますけど、それくらいの些細な違いならいいですよね。
His ears move briskly, but there's nothing cute about it at all.
嬉しいですか？ね、僕を好きになってきました。
Nope. I shivered for a different reason from earlier.
ね、早く僕を好きになってくださいよ。
Nope, I like Vivaldi better. Who could ever? And she trailed off. Wait, too close, ... His face is drawing nearer. I thought of pushing him back, but he quickly grabbed my hands, and I can't move now, ... What's with this guy? He's good at this, ... A kiss. At least, that's what I thought. But, just as I close my eyes, Peter pulls away from me.
何の用です？伝令ですか？
Thank you, messenger.
お邪魔をして申し訳ありません、ホワイト卿。
I didn't realize there was a soldier here.
まったくです。邪魔なのは明らかなんですから、遠慮してもらえません？
女王陛下がお呼びなのです。すぐ謁見室に来るようにとのご命令で。
ご命令とあらば仕方ありませんね。
Saved by the messenger.
せっかくいいところだったのに。すみません。僕は行かなくては。
She's like, there's no need to apologize at all. Have a safe trip and don't come back, okay? It was only unfortunate timing for Peter. For me, I'd say it was a miracle. I'll have to thank this soldier for interrupting.
あなたって本当に照れ屋なんですね。
Delusional. Then, as a parting gift, Peter kissed my cheek. I shuddered once more upon hearing the sound of his kiss. Gross.
ホワイト卿、お急ぎください。大幅な遅刻に女王陛下は大層お怒りで。
なんです。せかさないでください。3時という約束だったはずですよ。
もう4回ほど3時を過ぎています。
Fun side note, he's 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. That's his hour.
約束してから昼の3時は4回くらい来たかもしれないですが、夜の3時はまだ来ていない。夜に間に合えばいいでしょうに。
I believe he's 3 o'clock. He might just be labeled as noon. When you're visiting with the hourglasses, you have to pick the right time of day for who you're going to date. And that's like that in most of the games. Though not all. Joker just has you spam them, the visits, and it doesn't have you use the hourglasses, thankfully.
僕はきちんと時間を守っているのに、いつも遅刻魔とかひどい言われようだ。
She's like, you're the worst. Which part of you is honest? Question mark.
拗ねないでください。男たるもの、仕事があるんです。僕は真面目なウサギだから、上司の呼び出しには逆らえない。この城にいくらでも滞在していいですから、後でまた会いましょう。
She's like, I don't want to see you again, and I will go anywhere just to be where you're not. So please, continue working with peace of mind.
さてさて、ところで。
He's still not listening. He turns towards the soldier with a smug smile stuck on his face.
僕の話、聞いてしまいましたよね。
Peter gets a little scary sometimes. This is one of them. Peter takes out his pocket watch. For some reason, the soldier yelps when he sees that. The fear in his voice confuses me. Peter only lifted up his pocket watch, and I've become used to his strange behavior. But, what's so upsetting about touching a pocket
この
watch?
子のためなら女王も裏切るといった部分です。聞いていたでしょ？あれ、聞かれちゃまずいお話だったんですよ。反逆罪なんて言われたら面倒です。さすがに怒られてしまいそうだ。
I don't think it would end at her getting angry at you, She trailed off.
聞いていません、そんな話は。
The soldier turns pale and begins shaking his head. I don't understand why he's so afraid. This place is full of so many things I don't understand.
そうですか。でも、今聞いてしまったじゃないですか。同じことですよね。
The watch starts shining. As the light shines and reflects off it, the watch becomes a gun, and it's just like Julius's tool. Oh no. And you can see right there that stuff on that hedge right there is looking to be blood. But this time, it's a different type of gun. Yep. After a low bang sound, the soldier collapses. It took me a moment to realize this is the sound of a gunshot. Peter rapidly shoots at the collapsed soldier several more times, ignoring me standing there dumbfounded. Bang, bang, another low sound. And then the blood's gone on the hedge, and she's all scared. You can tell. She's like freaking out. Maybe it was because of the pain or shock, but with every gunshot the soldier took, his body sprung up.
伝令、ご苦労様です。
He looked down at the unmoving soldier to confirm his death. Then he turned to me.
驚かせました？
He asked the question in a voice that seemed very much like worry mixed with some sort of expectation. I don't know what he expects me to say. He seems anxious, but extremely interested in my reaction. She's like, magic, ? After a long pause. He has no reply to that. And then he laughs at her. Jerk.
違いますよ、違います。
He's like,
手
no,
品
that's
じゃあ
not
り
it.
ません。
She's like, oh well, isn't there magic in the world of dreams? ? I presumed this kind of trick was popular here because Julius also did the same thing.
ユリウス。
Now she's pissed him off. Peter's laughter suddenly stops.
ユリウスモンレ。
She's like, of course, I don't know any other Julius, unless there's another person with the same first and last name, it must be the same Julius.
ユリウスモンレイが銃を撃ったんですか？あの偏屈者があなたのために。
She's like, I doubt it was for my sake. When I was making a fuss about the curfew, he didn't have any other choice. And I don't think he did it voluntarily.
同じことですよ。どう違うって言うんです。あいつが銃を撃つって意味は、ああ、さっき立て続けに時間が変わったのは、そういうわけだったんですね。
He's jealous. She's like, you mean you've become late because of it? ? Then I'm sorry, ... She's like, but your lateness is by 4 turns of noon, right? Then it can't be mine. And then she trailed off.
遅刻なんてどうでもいいんです。あ、いや、よくないか。よくないな。それより、ユリウスに気に入られたんですね。ひどいです。
His delusional self. She's like, impressed? ? How could you get that idea? If he was impressed, he should have acted more gentle.
ユリウスにしてみれば、銃を撃ってやるだけでお気に入りもお気に入りですよ。よそ者だからといって、過剰に優しすぎる。
I don't know if that was kind or not, she thinks back. Why are you so upset? ? Are you jealous because Julius was nice to me?
羨ましいわけないでしょう。悔しいんですよ。ひどいです。
Which means he's jealous. She's like, I've never done anything cruel to you. What do you mean? ? He sounds like his old friend was taken away from him by a newcomer. But from what I saw before, they aren't even close.
ひどいですよ。浮気するなんて。
Jilly. She's like, no response to this because he's delusional. She's like, talking with you just gives me a headache. After a pause.
浮気した罪の意識ですよ。
Yeah, that's so stupid. I no longer have any will to retaliate, she thinks. I don't remember having an affair, so how exactly can I be aware of this sin? And on top of that, I don't remember going out with this guy either.
あんまり浮気しないでくださいよ。本当は僕以外の誰にも気に入られてほしくないんです。この世界にいてもらうためなら仕方ないですけど、本当は。
She's like, Afterwards, Peter starts mumbling about something, but his words just weren't one in one ear and out the other.
じゃあ、僕はお仕事に行ってきます。ヒステリー女の相手って疲れるんですけど、浮気じゃないんで安心してくださいね。
Scary.
僕はあなた一筋ですから。
Scary. She's like, I'd prefer you not to come back. I saw Peter off. I can't tolerate such a disgusting guy even in my dreams. The dying soldier is still here. It's not too grotesque, but it's too real to be a dream, she thinks. After some time, more soldiers come by to take him away.
残像が片付けに来るまで放置していたら、女王陛下がお見咎めになるかもしれない。片付けておこう。
Wow. So nonchalant about it. She's like, after image? What's that? ? Just what is an after image ? I can see all the soldiers are wearing caps, and I wonder if they have rabbit ears under there. Although I don't have courage to ask directly, I'm still curious. So we can either head towards the castle or we can take a stroll through the maze garden. If we take a stroll through the maze garden, I believe we run into Ace. If we head towards the castle, then I believe we would run into Vivaldi. I'll do the stroll through the maze garden. Peter is headed to the castle, and because I don't want to meet him again, I decided to walk around the maze garden. Actually, I was thinking about leaving too, but after the great effort of walking here, I don't want to leave without doing anything at all. That guy, ... I will not grow to like him. There's no reason to like him either. However, after meeting him twice, I feel he's an important person in my dream. Like, he's there for a reason. Because this is a dream and because he's beautiful, I should be able to tolerate it. But he has kidnapped me, forced a kiss on me, and shot a man to death in front of my eyes, she thinks, trailing off. It would be hard for me to like him. I gave up quickly. If I hold goodwill towards a guy like that, I would likely doubt my sanity. And even now, I'm fed up with myself for seeing this castle in my dream. I don't want to doubt my head more than this, she thinks. When I walk around without a destination, the distance doesn't feel that long. And there's no need to rush. I like times like this.
あれ?見かけない子だな。
She's like, question mark? While I was strolling aimlessly in the garden, I met a man. He was lost, probably, it says. His clothes are different from the other soldiers, she thinks. And although they're different, his outfit makes him as someone related to the castle. The design matches up, she thinks. I wonder if this is like... ... a police questioning, maybe? Question mark? Some soldiers had passed by me, and because they let me pass, I thought this area was free for visitors. Maybe I accidentally entered a restricted area for authorized personnel only. Good day, she thinks. I'm not a suspicious person, she told him. ... It's difficult to make an excuse since I already came here without permission. The man listened to my story without rushing me. Ace! I don't know, I'm on the fence with him. He doesn't have rabbit ears, he's normal. It's a great relief to see that he's not the same as Peter. But the problem now is I can't think of any excuse for my intrusion. This dream is too realistic. Being in my own dream, I should own a free pass. The idiot rabbit. I mean, Peter White is my acquaintance.
ペーター・ホワイト。
Peter White, he's all confused.
ペーターさんの友達なのか。君が。
He looked surprised, as if he heard something unbelievable. So he has a normal friend, ... is what he murmured to himself, and that fact is somewhat scary. It seems in his eyes, his colleague isn't normal. I'm glad his opinion is the same as mine.
ああ、違うんだ。あの人はモテるけど、女の子の友達なんていなさそうっていうかさ。普通の友達自体いなさそうっていうかさ。
Like that's
だって、ペーターさんってすごく意地悪いんだぜ。この間も、悪い意味じゃないんだ。
He's trying to make excuses, but his comments are nothing but bad ones. I'm not his friend either, she trailed off. I only know him.
やっぱり。
He's like, confirmed. Somehow his thoughts are the same as mine.
で、君はペーターさんを訪ねてきたのか？彼がいるとしたら、謁見室じゃないかな。最小クラスのくせに遅刻や欠席ばかりだから、女王陛下にこっぴどく叱られているはずだ。叱られたからって答えやしないから、それ自体が時間の無駄だと思うんだけどな。
Prime Minister, question mark, that person, exclamation mark, question? He doesn't look like it. How can you build a government with that kind of Prime Minister?
俺もそう思うけど。
And they're savage. With that kind of attitude, of course everyone will think the same, she thinks.
でもあの人、すごく頭が良くて、すごく強いんだぜ。
He started speaking in a more casual tone. I also feel like I can be frank with this person. Too bad he has a bad character, she told him.
よくはないんじゃないかな。
We look at each other and laugh. I'm glad. I thought there were only people with abominable personalities in this world. She doesn't know about his crazy side. This person is easy to talk to, she thinks.
俺はエース。ハートの城の騎士だ。君は？
She's like, a knight! Exclamation mark. I had a feeling you'd be something like that. I'm Alice Little. I seem to be an outsider, she told him after a pause. And because Julius made a fuss, I'll just add it to my self-introduction. Outsider. It sounds harsh, but I'm really not from this country.
よそ者。じゃあ、君は外の世界の人なのか。ユリウスが大騒ぎするだろうな。
She's like, you know Julius? Exclamation mark question.
え？君こそユリウスを知っているのか？
I met him just a while ago, right after I came here, actually, as she trailed off. You're an acquaintance of him too.
友達だよ。最近会ってないんだけど、元気にしていた？
This young man and Julius are friends. Surprisingly, I think I can understand. Only a kind and big-hearted person could befriend someone as stubborn as Julius. She thinks he's kind-hearted. If even this kind and big-hearted person who was able to befriend Julius says Peter isn't someone who can have normal friends, Peter must be a really peculiar character. I didn't spend too much time around him, so I don't know the details, but he seemed well. Although he threw me out, he was relatively kind.
女の子を追い出したのか。まったく。でも、あいつらしいや。健康な生活をしてるんだよな。時計ばかりいじって、時計塔から出りゃしない。
His home is also his workplace, right? Question mark. He seemed like a really hard worker. A workaholic.
熱心どころか、生活のすべてと言っても過言じゃない。あいつと来たら。
She's like, because of our common acquaintance, Ace and I became close right away. Ace is a sociable person, and I'm starving for some comfort. She thinks. Since I came to this world of dreams, I've experienced nothing but bad things. I was forced into the worst kiss and seen someone get shot to death just now. Like, Peter White is to blame for most of them. I was kidnapped by Peter and brought to this country, she told him directly.
ラッチ。我が国の最小閣下は相変わらずとんでもないな。
Even Ace is blown away by this.
何かされなかった？女の子に不貞を働くような人ではなかったはずだけど。
She thinks. Talk about what he did. Well, yes, he did exactly that. Taking liberties has a more vulgar nuance considering what happened, but that overbearing kiss or whatever it was enough to be called a condemnable act.
されたの。
She's like, Ace's eyes have narrowed.
女の子に不埒な真似をするなんて最低だ。いくら最小でも。
He didn't do anything, nothing really big, she told him after a pause.
本当？
Really? He asked her. Ace seems to be an honorable man, as befitting his title as a knight. Unfortunately, I'm not the type who'd go, Kaya, Kaya, and let herself be protected. No, she's the type to, like, beat him up. Being protected by a knight may be even better than a prince riding on a white horse, but it's still too fairy tale-like. No, thank you. She's like, yes, really. He doesn't believe
君が
you.
そう言うならいいけど。あの人、理系だもんな。
No, Peter may be handsome, but the problem isn't with his face. His face is fine, but the rest of him ruins everything. I think Ace has misunderstood you.
結果的に合意に至ったのならいいんだ。深くは聞かないよ。
No mistake, this is definitely a misunderstanding, and it's going in an unpleasant direction. Ace, you made a great misunderstanding. I said you didn't do anything
い
rude.
いって。俺はそんなに野暮じゃないぜ。
He's trolling her. He totally knows what she meant. Like, this is his, like, bad side that comes out most often. It's like him trolling and being oblivious, like pretending. But he's not oblivious. He knows everything.
いろんな関係があるよな。俺にはよくわからないけど、納得の上ならそういうのもありだと思う。
She's like, I don't understand either, but I think that's a possibility depending on the person. She's like, maybe the knight is trying to be positive, ... Basically, it seems like everyone in this world doesn't listen to others. It's difficult to explain. It's a misunderstanding, I told you, but whatever. She's like, Peter owes me something. Since he's prime minister, he should take responsibility by giving me a proper welcome. Somehow, ever since this stream started, my real self has been coming out a lot. It's different from just being careless. It's so comfortable. I don't have to lie. I can stop pretending to be a well-mannered girl. I will wake up from the stream sooner or later, so I don't need to care about consequences and being judged by people. It feels good.
いいよ。同僚が働いた無礼は連帯責任だ。挽回しないとな。
She's like, Ace was gentler than his friend Julius. On top of that, he's a man of integrity. In short, he's a very nice man, she thinks. And it seems there are decent people even in this senseless world, she thinks. Also, he doesn't have rabbit ears. This person looks so cool in my eyes. Sir Knight. Furthermore, he said that that the Prime Minister is his co-worker, which means his rank is high too, right? Question mark? I mean, he's nice and has a high social status too. I like this kind of man very much, she thinks. And I want to get close to him so I can make use of that. Oh, she's so ruthless. According to Julius, if I randomly spend time in this country and interact with people, after some time, I'll be able to return home. This setting is really dreamlike. After I spend time properly, I can wake up, huh? I'll just follow it because I'm bored.
時間の番人であるユリウスが言うならそうなんだろう。それなら城に滞在するといいよ。
She's like, in the castle, question mark. Is that okay? Normally, it'd be impolite for an unrelated person to stay and live in a castle.
だって君はペーターさんの知り合いで俺とも知り合いだ。
He's like claiming it now. She's like, his laugh is so refreshing, especially after I saw Peter's suspicious grin. I want to be your friend and not just an acquaintance, she told him happily, not knowing. We exchanged smiles and began walking around the garden together. As we chatted and strolled around, I didn't mind the distance we walked. And it changed. However, no matter how enjoyable this is, after walking for a while, my feet begin to hurt. And goodness, this dream is unnecessarily realistic. Why isn't the time as realistic as our walking time? It's been 2 time period changes from noon to night, and now it's noon again. Hey Ace, don't you think we should head to the castle soon? Question mark. She doesn't know he's lost, and that he's taking her on a journey, like he usually does. I'm a bit tired. My feet need to rest.
何を言ってるんだ。さっきからずっと城に向かっているぜ。
He led her away because he doesn't have directional sense. She's like, huh? What do you mean by that? Question mark. Obviously, we're just going around in circles. This garden structure is like a British-style maze, but it's not that complicated. It wasn't made to mislead people. This isn't the right way if you want to go to the castle. Since Ace was walking ahead, I just kept following him, going in the opposite direction. She's like, I thought he had invited me for a stroll, but she trailed off.
君も迷子になっていたんだろう。
She's like, not really, question mark. I don't think I'm lost. You too, question mark, ... She wonders. Ace, are you lost? She just asked him directly.
もちろんだ。俺が迷わない道はない。どんな道でもあまねく迷える。
I love it. He just like takes ownership over it. He's like, of course I'm lost. There's no place I could never not get lost. Sir Knight boldly declared. She's like, you live here, right? After a long pause.
もう職場兼住居だ。
She's like, and you're lost? Question mark.
俺はどこだって迷えるぜ。知らない道でも迷うが、知ってる道でも迷う。ユリウスとたまにしか会えないのもそのせいなんだ。時計塔に着くまで200回くらいは時間帯が変わってしまう。
200 time periods between the time when he leaves and ends up at the clock tower.
そんな俺がこの迷路みたいな庭で迷わなかったらおかしいよ。どうやって城に戻ったらいいのかさっぱりわからない。
And he's only telling her now. She's like, what a magnificently confident declaration. She's like, by the way, the time period didn't change even once during time it took me to reach the castle's garden from the clock tower. And I didn't get lost either. Because it's a straight path, she thinks. ... She's like, just to be clear, you didn't happen to just move into the castle, did you?
俺はずっとこの城に住んでるぜ。でも戻ってこれることがほとんどないから生活の大部分は放浪して過ごしてるけどね。
He's like, and you can come with me now.
今回、城の庭まで戻れたのも317時間帯ぶりだ。運が良ければ、あと30回くらい時間帯が変わる頃には城内に入れるだろう。
Dang, that's a long time. That's like really putting it into perspective. So all of those time changes, that happens 317 times before he actually ends up back at the castle's garden in most cases, and if he's lucky, it'll be a 30 or another 30 before he can actually reach it. My legs are throbbing, my head is throbbing too. She's like, this person is definitely Pure White's colleague. She's like, my legs are in pain and I can't wait that much longer. So can I take the lead? Question mark. She asked him.
こいつは助かる。ありがとう。どんなやつの案内でも俺よりは確実に早いからな。俺、方向音痴なだけでなくて運も悪いから。適当に歩いても全然たどり着けないんだ。
She's like, without shyness, Ace thanks me with a fresh smile. She's like, after a long pause, I don't mind. Each person has their own strengths and weaknesses, she told him. And I'm exhausted. If it were Peter, I would definitely punch him. But I can't do that to this person. She's like, I can't even complain. I guess this is the advantage of a good-natured personality. She's pointing. I think it's this way. Maybe if I go here, and trailed off. They're so cute! I like that CG. Even though I've arrived here for the first time, I'm now leading a person who originally lives here. It's so strange. Ace follows obediently.
初めて来た場所なのに道がわかるのか?
She's like, eh? Question mark. Well, it's not too complicated after all. Dot dot dot.
道案内人になれるよ。
She's like, actually, the castle is visible from here, she thinks. Even with that praise, I actually feel he's the amazing one. The castle is seen that way. Why were you turning right and left? Question mark. He wasn't taking the opposite path, but it's still the wrong way. It may be called a maze, but this garden isn't too difficult to understand. You just need to go in the direction of the castle.
だってそっちの方が近道じゃないか。
By turning left or right? Question mark.
近道な気がしないか?
She's like, not at all, caps.
だってまっすぐ行ったら行き止まりになったりしてフェイントが来るものだろ?
She's like, we've walked this far, but we didn't find any dead ends, right? After a pause.
なんだよな。普通にまっすぐ進んでまっすぐ到着するなんて面白みがないぜ。
She's like, no reply. This guy looks cheery, but he's unexpectedly an oddball, she mentions to herself. I felt that his way of seeing things was rather twisted. Do you ever ask the guards for guidance? Question mark.
いや、自力でなんとかたどり着くよ。道案内してもらうとすごく楽だけど、旅の楽しみが薄れるから。
She's like, it sounded unusual, but he really meant it. No sarcasm. By yourself means it'll take a long time to arrive.
それも旅の楽しみのうちさ。
She's like, that means I'm ruining your pleasure right now, I guess, question mark.
そんなことないよ。君みたいな子に道案内してもらえるのは悪い気がしない。
She's like, I considered those refreshing words. Those words can be misinterpreted as flirty, but he's too refreshing. She's like, I guess this oddball is me. How can I suspect such obviously good men to have hidden ill will? ... Because she has a good sense of instinct. He's scary. He's wrapped in a very soothing aura. Why am I so stupid? Question mark. I feel bad. ... No, feel good that you sent something. I gave him a somewhat fake grin, and he returned it with a bright smile. Yep, he's really a good person, she thought after a pause. We will arrive soon. This is somewhat strange. I'm the visitor and he's living here. Although people have their own strong and weak points, this situation is odd.
君って頼りになるな。
She thinks, really? Question mark? You're the one who is undependable. But I can't say it to him. Tossing mental barbs towards this cheery person. Just how mean can I get, she thinks after a pause. She's like, it's on the hill and can be seen anywhere. Of course we'll arrive.
でも、初めて来る場所だろ? すごいぜ.
She's like, although it's my first time, it's on the hill so everyone should see it, and trailed off again. Fine, you're welcome, she told him. This may be a great achievement for a person who needs 200 time period changes to arrive here from the clock tower. I'll just accept the praise. For me, spending that much time is too remarkable, and I couldn't do the same.
さてと、久々の我が家だ。俺の部屋はどこだったかな?
She's like, I don't know, after a pause. So sad, this poor fellow doesn't seem to know how to get to his own room.
俺はこれから自分の部屋を探しに旅に出るが、君はどうする? 謁見室に行きたいなら連れて行ってやってもいいぜ。確実に迷うけど。
A journey to find your own room, ... She's like, I heard about a journey to find your own self, but... I don't understand that either. You can't find yourself on a journey. I have to humbly decline, she told him after a pause, and my feet are rather tired, trailing off. In the first place, I don't want to go to the audience room. I don't want to meet Peter.
そうか。じゃあ、この辺でお別れだな。おい、誰か!
Ace claps his hands, calling on someone. Ace isn't carrying anything, but I heard a bell tinkling sound, and maids came in, rushing to the sound.
お久しぶりです、エース様。お戻りになられましたのね。どうなさいました？
この子は俺とペーターさんの客人なんだ。おもてなししてやってくれ。間違っても銃を向けないようにな。頼むぜ。
わかりました。お任せください。
Hearing that warning, I doubted how the maids could draw out weapons. But it wasn't off the mark. The maids are equipped with guns.
俺は行くけど、用があったら使用人たちに頼めばやってくれるから。運が良ければ、また会えるだろう。じゃあな。
It's a castle. Even without any luck, I think we'll meet again, she trailed off. Certainly, this castle is ridiculously huge, but Ace should be a resident here. His sense of direction is horrible, and he himself even admits it. Although this is his home, I'm worried if he'll collapse and die somewhere inside this castle. Suddenly, I notice two maids who are standing not too far away. Shouldn't you two guide him? If you're maids, you should know Ace's room, right?
もちろん存じておりますけど。エース様は道案内をお望みになりませんから。
Question mark, really? But I guided him until we arrived at this place, right? Question mark, and he didn't reject it. Well, he said that it was more fun without a guide. But he didn't refuse. So far, I had the impression that he was cheerful type who wouldn't treat ladies coldly.
それはあなた様を気に入られたからではないでしょうか。私たちはお使いするだけです。ご命令がなければ動きかねますわ。
She has no reply. She's like, same face, same outfit. These maids are pretty but strange. They're not unfriendly, but different than Ace. Somehow they felt kind of robotic, ...
あなた様は道案内をお望みですか？お望みならご案内いたします。
She's like, then may I ask for that? I stiffen up a bit. My speaking style changes into a former manner spontaneously.
では、こちらです。ついてきてください。
She's like, the maids walk down the corridor in smooth gliding steps, and I have to hurry to keep up with them.
こちらが兵士の詰め所になっておりまして、あちらに食堂がございます。料理は使用人に言ってくださればご用意いたしますが、自由に使えるキッチンもございまして。
She's like, the maids motion to the right and left, respectively.
あそこの角からメイドの住み込み部屋で。あちらはすべて客室です。お客様などめったにいらっしゃいませんけど、常にルームクリーニングは欠かしておりませんので。そこの角が。
Wait. She tells them my sense of direction isn't as bad as Ace's, but I still can't remember so much at once. I'm already confused. The castle was very large and the corridors all looked the same. First, we opened a heavy door in the first corridor, only to find a similar one in the next. This repeated itself many times, plus the maids are going through their commentary very quickly. I can't remember everything they've said.
さようですか？それでは最初からもう一度。今度はゆっくりと。
They immediately stop and turn to go back to our original location. You don't need to do that! Exclamation mark. I don't have any business knowing where the soldiers and the maids live anyways. These are places I shouldn't enter, right? Question mark. Could you please show me the only places where I'm allowed to go?
入ってはいけない場所？そんな場所はございません。
And they're a little surprised.
どこへお入りになっても構いませんわ。そうです。好きな場所へ好きなだけいらっしゃってください。あなた様はお客様ですもの。どこへ入るのも自由です。どこへ行くのも自由。何をしてくださっても構いません。
Wouldn't it be bad if I wandered into someone else's room? Question
構
mark.
いませんわ。
They don't care.
ご自由にどうぞ。
She's like, in this castle, it seems like the comfort of the guest is more important than that of the servants, but this seems too extreme. She's like, what if it's the room of someone important?
ホワイト教ならお喜びになるでしょう。
They know. Peter? Question mark.
あなた様より先に城へ戻っていらっしゃいました。そして私たちにお命じになられました。
Oh, so they do know. Peter.
丁重におもてなしするようにと、ホワイト教のお部屋にご案内するよう指示されておりますわ。
Ew. No. She's like, huh? They're not kidding. It's absolutely revolting. If I have to stay in his room, I will leave for somewhere else. I don't know why Peter is so attached to me, but it's annoying.
そうですか。でも、ご案内するようにと申し使っておりますので。
By the Prime Minister himself? They can't really go against him, ... She's like, it's my fault. I'd feel awful if they were scolded for this. From the earlier incident, it's obvious that Peter isn't kind to his subordinates. Instead of being scolded, they could even be shot. But I had no intention to stay in Peter's rooms. It could be dangerous in a completely different way. You were instructed to guide me, ? Then lead the way. Is Peter currently in the throne room?
はい。女王陛下に謁見なさっているはずです。
She's like, then it should be okay. Please take me there. After that, you may take me to any other random room. While he did order them to guide me, it appears they weren't instructed to make me stay in his rooms, and they don't argue in the slightest. What faithful servants, in the extreme. Would it be okay if I used any room?
ええ、あちらはすべて客室です。ご自由にお使いください。
She's like, that whole floor?
2階と3階もほとんどが客室ですわ。このお城は広いので、お掃除が大変なんです。
That would be difficult considering the sheer amount of rooms. I don't know how many people there are available to clean, but I sympathize with the maids. Are there no guests right now? ?
女王陛下は誰とも親しくなさいません。でも、もうすぐ舞踏会が開かれますの。 その時にはお客様で溢れ返ることでしょう。
A ball? It sounds just like a fairy tale. I wonder when the ball is being held, she trailed off. I should be gone before then. I internally make myself a promise. In such a fairy tale place, I'm likely to encounter a prince by accident. Such an unrealistic circumstance might cause me to vomit.
あと500くらい時間が変わったら開かれるのではないでしょうか。違います。あと600くらいだったはずですわ。もっと先かもしれません。
Either way, she trailed off. I don't know how long that would be. And it wasn't a number of weeks or months away, but a number of time periods. If the time period changed 500 times, that would mean roughly 166 days. If it was 600 time periods, that would mean 200 days. But time period doesn't seem that reliable, so that's about why they use the term only about. It seems that in these time changes, there are also times when it doesn't change at all. There aren't any strict rules for it. It's natural for people's biological clocks to become crazy too.
開催時期は女王陛下がお決めになります。中止になることもございます。女王陛下のお心次第ですわ。
She's like Peter said he might be scolded by the queen. It's rare for a queen to rule alone. Is there no king? Question mark.
いいえ、王様もいらっしゃいます。
She's like, and yet the queen rules the castle? Question mark.
いいえ、第一の権力者は王様です。
But the only person you talk about is the queen, she tells them. Until now, I didn't even know there was a king. Refraining from mentioning such a powerful person means that person is either feared or ignored. And I don't know any royalty. I may come from a wealthy family, but I'm still a commoner. The only references I have is from stories or school, and the school's principal administrators to the teachers, and the class president administrators to the classroom. It's a similar system. So even though the king is first in power, the real power belongs to the queen. I whisper as if I'm discussing something secret. When I say that, the maids finally laugh. The atmosphere softens.
女王陛下はお強い方なんです。王様はおされ気味なんです。
I love Vivaldi. Go Vivaldi. Taken over. They look so much more informal when they're giggling, she thinks. In such a state, it's easier to talk to them. As we're walking along, it starts to feel like we're friends just chatting away. Oh my.
おかしいわ。
There we go. And it fixed my screen too. Sometimes it gets a little blurry over here. I'm assuming because it's an older game running.
本当に。ねえ。
She's like, what? Don't leave me out. The maids are laughing and I start to laugh too. Ace was friendly and I'm starting to feel like the maids are too. In a different way.
だって私たち、いつもはこんな風じゃないんですもの。ハートのお城の人間は、みんなハートが凍っているみたいだって言われるんですよ。とっても冷酷だから。そうそう、残酷だから。
They agree with each other in sing-song voices. It's like they are giving me a hint. It doesn't seem like it. You are nice people, she tells them. I thought you were a little daunting at first, but that was just a misunderstanding. Now you don't seem cold at all. They're shocked. Do people misunderstand you often? Question mark. First impressions are very difficult, she tells them. The maids become red. I'm not sure whether it's from shyness or something else. They have complex expressions. Now that I know you a little better, I like you. You both are really cute. They're blushing! Oh, so cute. Yeah, they're both blushing.
あなた様がホワイト教に好かれる理由がわかりますわ。私たちもあなた様が好きになってしまいそう。
She's like, question mark? I prefer you guys to Peter. I hate him, she tells them. They say that they like me, and I can tell they really do like me too. Why? Question mark. I wonder. I feel a little uncomfortable right now, like I did during that time spent talking to Ace. Was I the type to be liked by people? Question mark. I don't think that was always the case.
ありがとう。ホワイト教にも手に入らないものがあるのね。
And they're overjoyed on it. Their giggles don't suit their word, or suit the words ruthless or cruel. They do have guns at their waist, but they are otherwise very beautiful.
ねえ、どこへ行ってもあなた様の自由ですけど、女王陛下のお部屋には近づかないようにしてくださいね。
They give her a warning because they like her.
入りたいのなら入ってもいいのですけど、危険だから。
She's like, as they showed me to Peter's rooms, they gave me some advice about other key locations. They kept giving me whispered instructions along the way. Because she made friends. They're telling her all the secrets. She's like, dangerous how? Question mark. Is the security strict? Question mark, question mark, question mark. I won't go into it unless I get the room wrong. It would be bad to enter Her Majesty's rooms, right? Question mark. But I wonder if I should at least greet her.
よした方がいいですよ。危険です。
Oh, they're worried about her and trying to protect her. Dangerous? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Why would that be dangerous?
もちろん首をはねられてしまうからですわ。
They just straight tell her. She's like, what? After a pause?
ご機嫌を損ねたら死刑にされてしまいます。
And they look all upset. Aww. The maids are so cute too, with their guns. She's like, subordinates are subordinates, and a boss is a boss. I thought Peter was bad, but it sounds like the queen is also a tyrant.
間違ってお部屋に入ったら確実に首を切られます。入ってもいいのですけど、入ると危険です。
Doesn't that mean it's not okay to go there? Question mark. Please don't tell me it's ever okay to go into a place where I might get my head cut off. Who'd be crazy enough to go when it's a death penalty just to enter? These maids are something else, she trails off. I was hoping we'd get to her room soon because my feet were getting tired, but I still had some walking to do. Could you also show me where the queen's room is? It'd be best to know where it was, so I could be careful to avoid entering it. As soon as I asked them to show me, my exhaustion doubled. And then we get a nice look at the castle. So this is a castle of Heart's guest room. It's, how should I put this? It's very much what you would expect in a place with such a name. I wonder if there's a rule here that one must use hearts for decor. So much red, she trails off. My eyes hurt. She's like, the time of day has changed many times since I've come to this castle, and I've started to adapt to living here. I stay in one of the guest rooms and wander around every once in a while. There are countless rooms within close quarters of one another in this spacious castle. Once again, I'm reminded of a fairy tale. You know, at first I thought this was an absurd world. I mean, of course, it's still a little strange, but after having some time to get accustomed, this world actually isn't so bad. And contrary to what I would have originally thought, the people here seem to be living fairly normal lives. They can't fly, nor use magic, and I'm definitely glad there aren't any fairies here. It's such a relief, she trailed off after a pause. But all the time changes here are definitely not normal. In the afternoon, it appears to be the night. Then after that, it can change into noon, or instead another night or evening. And there appears to be no laws of nature. As such, time changes randomly to how it seems fit. The speed of the progression is also unusual. It makes me feel absolutely mad. The only thing I know is that a good deal of time has passed since I arrived at the castle. And the maids and soldiers within these walls, I have added them to my acquaintance as well. Everyone may look the same at first glance, but in actuality, they are all very different people. So she's starting to learn to recognize the faceless. If I choose to get closer, I may see their faces, but until I look at them as individuals, they are simply featureless people. If I can see their true characteristics, I can become attached to them. Thus, if I like the person, I will like the place too. Yes, I have begun to grow fond of this place in my dream. This place called the Castle of Hearts. She still has not met Vivaldi. And there's actually a premature death end related to that too. I've become familiar living in this castle. I'm still keeping dangerous spots in mind, but today I'm thinking I might try something different. Now what should I do? Explore the castle! Let's do something interesting. I've grown tired of staying in the same place. Eventually, I decide to explore the other parts of the castle. I already have a clear idea where the places that I must avoid are. Even without the maid's assistance, I can easily avoid them. Her Majesty's room, in particular, is one of those places where I must avoid. I wouldn't go there, even if no one warned me in the first place. After all, I treasure my life too much. Even though this is a dream, she thinks. The queen who lives in this castle is a tyrant, and I'd better avoid her for my own safety. If possible, I don't want to meet her at all, which is why I'm exploring the castle while avoiding her and Peter's rooms. While exploring, I've often come across maids and soldiers with whom I've become acquainted with, and we've enjoyed some light conversation together. However, it has taken up a lot of my time. I wonder if I should return to my room soon.
お前は何者だ? 見ぬ顔じゃな。
Vivaldi! Oh, I love her. She is so cool. I will date her in this game. She's like, on the way back to my room, someone stopped me. That is a question I've heard a lot today. This is a vast castle, and I've become acquaintances with many people who work close to the guest room. I'm always at, but there are still a lot of people I have yet to meet. The voice was female, so I wondered if it was a maid, though she sounds far too bossy to be one. And when I turned around, I was faced with an extraordinary beauty. My mouth fell open. Such a beautiful person, so very beautiful. She's the type of person I've never been near. Other than the times I've gone to parties, I've hardly interacted with any adult women. Beauty isn't a clearly defined thing, and there's a limit to how much a person can dress up. The more they dress up, the more their ornaments end up looking gaudy and mismatched. Even beautiful women usually choose less flashy dresses, and while my sister is also beautiful, she's not the type to go to parties. Such flashy attire as this doesn't suit my sister. It would drown out her charm. Such is the world of women. If their clothing is too luxurious, they can be overpowered by their own garments. But this woman's dress doesn't overpower her.
なんて、口が聞けぬのか。逃げ出さぬところを見ると、侵入者ではないのだ。わらわの質問に答えるとは、客だとしても容赦はせぬ。
Vivaldi's threatening him. She's so cute! She's like, her regal dress and arrogant tone suit her. I can't even begin to imagine her acting humbly. Her extravagant dress and proud way of speaking seems perfect. Such beauties like her are very rare. I was just thinking that you are so beautiful, she trailed off. A strong kind of beauty. Even without speaking a word, the intensity of her personality comes through. People like her can intimidate their surroundings without so much as a word. Her attire also tells me that she is someone of high rank.
Oh.
Oh?
わらわを美しいと申す。
She liked that.
そのような当然のこと、言われたとて機嫌は取れぬぞ。
She says, but she doesn't seem entirely displeased. The corner of her perfectly painted lips softens into a smile. The severity of her whole aura lightens up a bit. Are you the princess? Question mark.
王女。
Question mark? She looked at me blankly. She seems somewhat stunned, as if she's at a loss for
わら
words.
わが王女と。
Her face is even more beautiful when it has a vulnerable expression. Normally, she's a perfect beauty, but an expression like that makes her look younger. It wouldn't be wrong to say that she even looks cute.
面白いことを。懐かしい呼ばれ方じゃ。お前にはわらわが王女に見えるのかい。
Did I say something wrong? Question mark. She giggles. I know that she's of high rank, but I obviously guessed wrong.
そんなには外れておらぬ。
Her expression clouds with a hint of loneliness. Such an expression also looks attractive on her. Yes, it does. She's a beautiful woman. It falls like a beautiful shadow over her strong eyes. Even if I am staring at her, no one could blame me. Such a beautiful person, she trails off. I've always been weak when it comes to older beauties. I tend to get depressed when I find traces of my young mother and other women that are missing in me. And it only gets worse when I think about my older sister. It's not that I hate those women, but they are far too similar, and I become aware that I can never be like any of them. In that respect, I think this person might be the most ideal person for me to admire, a beauty that's not at all similar to my mother. I'm Alice Little, she tells her. At my belated introduction, she raised a perfectly arched eyebrow.
よそ者か。俺は珍しい。
Outsider? Question mark. I've heard that word several times since I've come here, and I don't like the way it sounds. How do people know I'm an outsider just by hearing my name?
そう呼ばれるのは嫌か。
That was her immediate reaction to my expression. It was a fast reaction, too. She's smart. Yes, I feel like I'm being told I can't fit in here, she trailed off. It feels like I'm being rejected.
そうだな。いい呼び名とは言えぬ。
She agrees
お前
easily.
が異世界のものであろうと、名前で呼んでやるべきであっ
I like
た。
it.
名前で呼ぶことにしよう。よい。
Yes, of course. What is your name? Question mark.
わらわの名か。
Yes, if it's not too rude to ask, would you please tell me? Question mark. I know that she's of high rank. I carefully keep my words respectful. It was probably rude not to address her by her title when I first met her, but on the other hand, being too polite might wind up creating a barrier.
わらわはビバルディじゃ。
So beautiful. Vivaldi, she says with her eyes closed. It's a good name for her. Beautiful, stern. When I said her name, Vivaldi looked at me with a blank expression. She looks like a child who has just heard their name spoken for the first time. Who's that? Question mark. Her eyes seem to ask. That is your name, right? Why do you look so surprised? Question mark.
奇妙な感じだ。お前のような小娘に名を呼ばれる。不快でないのはおかしい。わらわが名乗ったのじゃ。好きに呼ぶのよ。
Vivaldi quickly walked away. I am left with the impression that she was a little bit embarrassed. I wonder, though, why is she so unfamiliar with her name being spoken? Question mark. But in that case, what is she usually called? However, she's no longer here for me to ask her, so she doesn't know she's the Queen of Hearts that she was supposed to stay away from or get beheaded. A lot of time passed. I grew accustomed to the confusing time changes to the point where I became able to live at my own pace. I had even grown completely accustomed to all the strange occurrences.
城での生活には慣れましたか？
Peter starts talking to me as if our previous conversation didn't happen. It's a strange place, but I've gotten used to it. Life here is not bad, she told him. But if I admit that, it feels like I'm admitting defeat. This is a dream, so I might just be trying to escape from reality. But it's not a bad dream, and I have to admit that.
そうですか。よかった。
Peter's expression brightened in an instant. His rabbit ears moved happily. Seeing him that happy makes me feel a little glad too.
嬉しいです。早くもっともっと慣れてくださいね。これからもずっとこの城に滞在することになるんですから。
He just declares it. She's like, always, question mark. I'll wake from this dream soon, you know, she told herself. I guess so. She's like, since I'm being allowed to stay, I want to spend my time here having fun. She's like, when I answer good-naturedly, Peter's ears start moving with even more energy.
そうですよね。僕もどうせいてもらうなら快適に過ごしてもらいたいと思います。
She's like, I guess he's welcoming me in his own way, after a pause.
ここにいてくれるならどう思われてもいいと思っていたけど、やっぱり気持ちが通じ合うって嬉しいものですね。
She's like, no response, because she didn't accept his feelings at all. He's just delusional. She's like, I haven't accepted anything, okay? Question mark. Yeah, trying to set the record straight in her head. I've gotten used to this world, to this place, to the unique situation of living in a fairy tale-like castle. After answering Peter's query, the recognition of that fact had grown stronger inside of me. Part of it was strange, but part of it wasn't. There were many things that didn't align with my common sense, but there were also some that did. I'm scared to get used to this, she thinks after a pause. But one thing more convenient than scary was that I didn't need to change my clothes in this world. Even if they got dirty or disheveled, they'd go back to normal as if time had been turned back. Even if I sweat, I'd be clean. Even before I stepped into a bath, I'd just go in because I like it, she thinks. And while it felt like time wasn't moving forward, it appears that time did pass. There are still many things I don't know and don't understand, but it'd be scary to know any more details. This is a dream. I can't let myself be pulled in too deep. Here, time has gone crazy, ... It is moving forward, but the flow isn't correct. And that's all I need to know. It doesn't make sense to pursue the topic further. This is just a temporary dream. It'd be a mistake to learn too much about it, and this is just a figment of my imagination. I rummaged through my clothes and took out the crystal clear glass bottle. Even when I think I've lost it, it's always nearby. I can never forget it. Peter White, that stupid rabbit, forced me to drink something. There was nothing in it now. It was just an empty bottle. It was beautifully made, but it wasn't something I found particularly attractive. Why do I feel like this is necessary, ... I've never had the habit of collecting bottles before, but for some reason I can't let go of it. She thinks. And if you choose the other one that will let you wake up from the dream, it adds responsibility points to you, which actually gives you like either a truth end or a bad end, depending on where you are in the game. If you get enough of them. So we'll go with this one. It's an item that will be useful for my life here. Is this useful for my life here, question mark? This is a dream, but if it's useful, it wouldn't hurt to look after it, she trailed off. I find it strange that I'm thinking about living here. Thinking about it for a while made me worry about it less. A mysterious vial, a mysterious world. And me, who had adapted to it all without finding it too odd. She's like, this is weird, after a pause. And I knew it was weird from the beginning. This world is a dream. My head is light and my body feels really light too. There are times when I feel like this is reality, but this floaty sensation is only something that can be felt in a dream. This is a dream, a long and vivid dream. I was surprised that I was so imaginative, and at the same time, I couldn't accept that this was a dream. I spent quite some time in this world, and everyone I meet seems to like me. It was comforting to know that others liked me, but that was exactly what convinced me that this was a dream. In reality, it would be impossible. I'm not the sort of person who would be liked by everyone. And the people who are like that are my gentle older sister and my cute younger sister, not me. I may do a decent job at pretending to be sweet, but I am still wicked inside. Even with my frilly clothes, sharp people can see through my facade, and of course, I don't want to deceive anyone either. I can't be as naturally kind as my older sister, nor am I as endearing as my younger sister, and after coming to this world, I haven't become a different person. I'm still me. A person with a twisted personality who can only think cynically. A pessimistic poser with an attitude. A petty person who tries to act tough. After a long pause, she's like, thinking about this is depressing. Even if this is a dream, I can't accept this. Or maybe it's because this is a dream. If dreams are supposed to reflect your true feelings, then I don't want to admit that this is a dream. And she trailed off, not the sort of person who's well liked by many, ... I wouldn't wish for something like that. Besides, who I wish to be loved by, ... and she trailed off. Aw, poor Alice. Isn't a lot of faceless people, but a specific person. But that didn't come true. And there's no one who can replace that person, and I wouldn't want someone to replace him either, she thinks. Yay, nightmare! That night, I had my first dream. Of course, by first, I don't mean my first dream since I was born. It's the first dream I've had since coming to this world. A strange phenomenon, like having a dream inside a dream, is pretty rare, isn't it? ? That was what I was thinking, but for some reason I gave voice to my thoughts. Huh.
私に隠し事はできないよ。隠そうとしても無駄なことだ。
She questions. I thought I was alone, but a man appeared. I did feel that it was rather sudden, but he was acting like he belonged here as much as the air around me. And that person fit in with the dream to an excessive degree, to the point of making me feel like the alien factor, even though I was here first.
私はナイトメアだ。悪夢を体現させる馬。名前はない。どういう風にでも好きなように呼ぶといいよ。
I love Nightmare. He's my favorite. When I wondered who he was, he answered my question even before I could ask. If he introduced himself like that, I couldn't call him anything else but Nightmare. There's no way I could call him something like Tom or John. A dream demon, she trails off. Since this is such a strange dream, I guess it's not weird for something like that to appear. Again, I said exactly what I was thinking. It seems I'm unable to keep myself to just thinking when I'm here. It's a dream, so it's possible.
これが夢だと思っている。
He latches onto that and, takes it a step further here. She's like, it is a dream, she told him.
そうだね。これは夢だ。
And you don't need to state the obvious. This is ridiculous, she
そう
thinks.
バカバカしくもないさ。これは夢だが、夢から覚めたら夢でなくなるんだ。
Here he's hinting that she's not actually in a dream world. She's, in reality, only in a dream right now with him. And he's like, well, this is a dream, but it's not a dream once you wake up. And she's like, is every single person in this world crazy? ? What you're saying doesn't make any sense. Also, I wish you'd stop reading my mind, she told him. When I wake up from a dream, it's obvious that I'll go back to
その
reality.
通り。今は夢だけど、目が覚めたらそれは現実。
He just outright tells her here, and then he backs up later on in all of the other games. He's like, it's a dream, it's a dream. But here he's telling her the real situation. He's like, exactly, this is a dream right now, but when you wake up, it'll be real.
君は分かっているのに分かろうとしていない。
And he's like, you know that, and you still don't understand it. He's like, it's not a dream when you wake up. It's reality now for you. She's like, I do understand. I know that this strange world isn't real, she told him.
君って頭はいいのにバカなんだね。
He's like, you're smart, yet you're foolish. You're an idiot. She's like, annoying. This man is just messing with me.
頭がいいからこそ分からないのかな。
He's like, you're overthinking it.
私は君が好きだからからかったりしないよ。君のことが好きだから裏切ったりもしない。
That was a wonderful thing to say, but it gave me chills.
ここではみんな君を好きになる。
She's like, what a convenient dream, after a long pause. Is that my desire? Question mark. That realization made me shiver again. Deep in my heart, do I want everyone to like me?
誰だって嫌われるよりは好かれたいと願うさ。どうしてそれが悪いことのように思うんだい？
She's like, everything was coming out, even before I said anything. This man heard everything I was
悪い
thinking.
ね。それがナイトメアだからどうしようもない。人にとって何よりの悪夢は自分だってことさ。君も内側に踏み込まれるのを何より嫌っている。
She's like, I'm a snobby and worthless human being, so I can't stand having my thoughts read after a long pause.
自分がくだらない人間なんてどうして思えるんだ？君は好かれている。これからもっと好かれることになる。君と知り合えば誰もが君を好きになり、君を愛するようになる。
She's like, a world where everyone loves me. It's disgusting. I was disgusted with myself. I was ashamed to have such a desire. I'm not a child. I was old enough to realize and know that the likelihood of receiving malice is higher than that of goodwill.
子供じゃないから望むんだよ。君はもう孤独を知っている。満たされている者には知り得ない闇の色を見ただろう。
I'm having this dream because I'm lonely? Question mark. I didn't mean to be that weak. I have my pride. I never thought that I was so weak. If this is a dream, then this man is a part of me, and I was basically talking to myself. I wanted to be strong. I don't think I can win against just everyone. Still, I believe to have the strength to not run away, at least. And what happened to me? Having such a vivid dream where my wish is to be loved by everyone?
そうじゃない。そうじゃないよ。
Nightmare seemed to have heard everything and denied it
君
right
は
away.
誰からも愛されたいわけじゃない。誰かに愛されたいんだ。しかも誰でもいいというわけじゃない。自分が愛する人に愛されたいんだ。
What a selfish thought, she continues for him. If that's the condition I set, then I can't help but think I'm a terribly selfish person. The truth is, I am a selfish person. I put myself first and with little consideration for others, only lived by my caution and common sense. I was that kind of person.
普通のことだよ。誰もが自分の考えを優先する。そして理解者を求めているんだ。
She's like, is that so? Question mark. Even if it's true, it's not something to hope for in a dream.
誰からも愛されたいという人もいるけど、君はそんなに欲張りじゃない。謙虚ではないけど強欲でもない。私の知る人間の中ではつつましい方さ。何も恥じることはない。
She's like, I'm not ashamed. I'm just disgusted with myself. I'm supposed to be a realist, and yet I'm having such a fairy tale-like dream, she trailed off. Like a child, hungry for love, ... How disappointing. I thought I had become an adult. I was terribly conceited. To have a dream like this, I really am still a child. Searching for something I can't have in my dreams. I'm a foolish child.
子供じゃないと認めたから、この世界に入れてあげたんだよ。完全な大人でもないが、子供とも違う。不完全だから この世界は君が勝手に作り出したわけじゃない。私がつなげてあげただけで、最初からある世界だよ。
And here he's telling her straight up that the world isn't something that you created on your own. And he's like, I brought you here through Peter. And he's like, it was a world that existed from the very beginning. She's like, that's true. It's existed from the start, this world of delusions. This was a world of dreams created by my desires. It wasn't that everything was convenient, but even that was just like me. A country of dreams, ... The country of hearts, to be exact. A country of delusions, dyed in red.
夢の世界で間違いないよ。君が望まれている世界だ。君は自分が望まれることを望んでいた。だから私は君が一番望まれる世界とつないであげた。わかりやすいだろう。
She's like, not at all, and what you say isn't precise like what Peter said. In terms of explaining, he had been much clearer.
ペーターね。彼は君を一番望んでいる。だから彼が迎えに行けたのさ。
That person is strange. I don't want him to want me. When I said that sharply, Nightmare chuckled.
ペーター、あいつもかわいそうに。
I do not.
そんなに嫌ってやるものじゃない。人を好きになったことがないから、うまいやり方なんて知らないんだよ。
She's like, his personality is a failure and he doesn't seem capable of love.
疲れはするさ。好いたことがないだけで。
He is handsome, she admits.
力もあるよ。でも、君はそこには惹かれなかった。
That's not true. I like men with power, she told him straightforwardly. She's like prestige and physical strength, ... Being friends with someone with power is pretty helpful.
それは打算だろ?
He's like, that's just being calculative. She's like, you know what I'm talking about. In saying so, Nightmare continued.
打算と行為は別のものだ。打算的な行為はあり得るとしてもね。
He's like, being calculating and honestly bearing goodwill are different things, and trails off. And he's like, there can be calculated goodwill too, but that's rare. She's like, sorry, but I'm the calculating type, and that's why I don't want you to read my mind. There are many parts of me that I don't want others to see. I'm not a pure human being. And that's why I'm not liked. A world where I can show the worst parts of myself and still be liked doesn't exist.
この世界にはあり得るよ。君は自分が汚い人間だと思っているようだけど、もっと汚いやつなんていくらでもいる。
She's like, do I look like a saint to you? Question mark. If he can see my heart, then he should know I'm not pure at all. And I'm not a person who should be liked.
綺麗じゃないね。真っ白とは程遠い。
He admits it. Nightmare looked at me intently, and it felt kind of awkward. It's good that you understand. I've had enough of pretending to be a completely pure girl in frilly clothes in the real world already. And I have to push myself even in the real world. I don't think I can do that, even inside my dreams.
君は自分が好きじゃないみたいだ。真っ白ではないけど、真っ黒でもないのに。誰もが真っ白な人間を好きになるわけじゃない。君の灰色にくすんだ部分を愛しく思うような人間もいる。
She's like such a person, ... His statement bothered me. If he does exist, that person would be even more impure than I am, and a decent person would never choose someone like me. And I also have the right to choose, she thinks. Even if a person appeared and said they liked me, I wouldn't be able to like such an outrageous person. It's difficult to be liked by someone that you love, ... For someone like me.
私なんかというような言い方、よした方がいい。自分を水準より下の人間だと思っている。
He's calling her out. She's like, I'm not caught up in a maze of complexes, and neither am I a poor girl whose heart has been broken. I don't think of myself as an extremely wretched person. I do have some positive characteristics, and I know that there are people on a lower level than I am. My family was wealthy, I was educated, and my home environment was the best. I have a gentle older sister and a cute younger sister. My father was busy with work, but he's much better than the abusive fathers many have.
幸せでないことが幸せとは限らないよ。
He corrects her here. Nightmare looks into my eyes. His perceptive gaze was
自
unpleasant.
分が嫌いなんだね。だけど、この世界ではそんな君を好きになる人が現れる。
She's like, I told you to stop reading my mind after a long pause. According to what you're saying, such people will just randomly appear in swarms because it's such a convenient dream. What am I supposed to do if I have a line of suitors? ? She's like, what do I do? It's obvious. I'll turn them all away. I imagine my suitors forming a line of people who'd love me alone and won't be able to live without me, just like how I wanted. If it comes to that, I'd want to tear out my hair. She's like, if something so delusional appeared before my eyes, it would mean that I've gone
安心
crazy.
してよ。この世界の人間が皆、君を見た瞬間から好きになるわけじゃない。誰からも好かれるなんて、君の思う通りありえないことだ。
Then he contradicts himself.
この世界でも、全員が君を愛したりはしない。最初は、君を嫌う者だっているかもしれない。
He's like, at first.
全く意思の疎通が図れないほど、気の合わない人間も中にはいるはずさ。通り過ぎていくだけの人間も同じくらいにいるだろう。
She's like, the words that followed didn't make me feel relieved at all.
だけど、ほとんどの人間は知り合えば知り合うほどに君を好きになっていく。
And here he's talking about how, like, if they spend time with her, they'll just, like, automatically fall into obsessive love.
話して触れ合って、何もしなくてもそばにいるだけで好意が深まる。どんどんと好きになっていくんだ。なぜなら、彼らも君を望んでいたから。
She's like, no reply. And then she's like, am I on drugs or something? You too. You seem like you've been on some dangerous drugs. You've gone mad, like around the bend. He looks pale too, she thinks to herself. And I was making fun of him, but his complexion really was quite pale. His skin wasn't that bad, but his lips were as pale as colorless as a corpse. He looked like he needed normal medicine more than the dangerous drugs that I was talking about.
そうかもね。
She's like, my sarcasm flew right over his head.
嫌われようとしても無駄さ。知り合うほどに君を好きになる。
He's like, it doesn't matter what you do. I mean, they're going to like you the more they get to know you.
君を好きになるんだ。他の誰でもなく、君をね。
Here he's talking about, like, obsession, which they all do in their ends. Except for Julius. He's normal. The man called Nightmare whispered,
お姉さんでも妹でもない。君だけを好きになる。
She's like, his words were pouring out like sugared water. They were sickly sweet. You're a devil, she tells him after a pause, reading my mind and touching the parts of my heart that I didn't want anyone to touch. Talks to them, gets close to them, like, talk to them, get close to them. Even if I don't do anything, as long as I'm with them, their affection will deepen, ? I don't want to get close to them.
私はナイトメアだよ。悪魔じゃない。悪魔なんかよりよほど怖いものさ。言っただろ？何にも勝る悪夢は自分なんだ。悪魔は人を地獄に落とすけど、無魔は人を夢に落とす。